Katt, thanks for getting here with me tonight, YouTube. Kind of wanted to run a quick video on these mail bombs that was been sent out. Now, I think that there was 12 total, and I mean, it's just really a few. It's like Biden, Obama, Clinton, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Robert De Niro, you know, and the list goes on from there. Anyways, some things that I've noticed about these bombs. One, there is no stamp across the stamps. You see what I'm talking about? If you look at any of these, the stamps that are on those were not stamped over showing that it was mailed. Now, it went from one city to where it was going in most cases, and then some returned back, but there's no stamp over those stamps, which is very odd. Now, I am totally assuming, as I do not work for the mail industry, but at the same time, in order to show that that stamp has been used, it needs a stamp over it, or a person could just reuse it. So that's one thing that stood out. Two, the analysts on this have said that it's a pipe bomb. You know, it's the lowest level, and it was like only the people that would have been right around to open it, but it needed a trigger. Now, one of the people had asked these, you know, this guy, well, was it set up to look like it would go off, but not necessarily set up to go off? His response was, we treat all of them as if though they're live. Next question. Well, that didn't answer the question. Was it set to go off at any time? Like when you open that package, would it go off? Or was it made to look like that in order to draw attention to that, you know? Well, if I'm looking at possible suspects, and I'm talking in a big area here, the first that would come to my mind would be the Democrats. Obviously. Obviously. It's just like the caravan heading here. Gee, that's rather timely, Democrats. You know, it's like the Russian probe, you know. Well, we gathered the facts and we're going to come out with what our investigation shows. Right after the midterms, which means it don't show shit. But they want to withhold that because they want that big Democrat vote. So, in the same light, was it the Democrats at a high level that set this into being so that they could draw attention and make the Republicans look bad? My first thought on it would be yes. However, you know, Trump put the FBI here in charge of some of this and the Department of Justice. Now, they were sent to Quantico. Now, here's the thing. Would they come back and say, no, they was all just made to look like they'd go off, but they weren't really triggered to go off? Unlikely. They will at least say, yeah, one of them did go off when we was, you know, because they got those in a situation where a bomb could go off and nobody be hurt. They got the little robots in there infusing them, defusing them. Anyway, so I clearly see that as coming out because the FBI, more than anything else, is probably way more Democrat because they really want to enslave you like the rest of the government. So I do foresee that is coming. Now, they will probably not catch this person, if it's the FBI in charge of it, till after the midterms. That way it continues to look bad on the Republicans. But even when they trace that back, understand that the Democrats would never set this up with the intelligence that they have and what they're working with on how to do this in such a way to come back to anybody. It would have to steer past the midterms in order to do that. But it isn't going to come back on anybody right away that's going to be a Democrat. That's just my initial thought. Now, on the other hand, it could be a mind-warped Republican seeking to create a war, you know, between Democrats and Republicans, because I'm sure they're out there in the same way that it is with Democrats. You got the people a little mind-bent. And it could be that. Now, if it is, then they'll come back with it rather quick. Yeah, it was Republican, you know. Ha ha ha. You know, and Trump caused this because he said that Maxine Waters wasn't very bright. And that, you know, Elizabeth Warren isn't an Indian. So, yeah, he caused all this with his mouth. Yeah, look at him, man. Causing pipe bombs to be sent out and all that. But anyway, those are my thoughts on it. I think that if it is the Democrats, you're not going to get a quick answer. If it was a Republican kind of thing to, you know, set this off, then they could come back with it rather quick, and they'll have the guy in whoop-de-whoa. Life will go on. But anyway, that's how it looks right now to me. Again, this is day 2, and I'm not seeing anybody arrested. What's up, FBI, huh? What, man, do you guys have, like, investigations and people to get? Anything like that? Because I noticed that every case that the FBI is in charge of, they never come back with an answer. You know, why is that, FBI? You're the Federal Bureau of something, isn't it? Investigations? Okay. Well, you investigate things, but clearly you never come up with a good answer. Unlike me, who's on top of the game. Alright, man, I appreciate you viewing this video. I'll see you in my next. Peace, everybody.